Hey, my name's James Nicholson. There's some big changes in house prices this month. We've just got the latest data from Nationwide, and there's some interesting little tidbits in there because normally they just give us the average house price for the UK. But here's some interesting things that I'm going to cover today. House prices are officially down, but they're also officially up. That's going to be something that I address, and that's a strange one to get your head around. Also, we've got the north-south divide in this month's figures, which we haven't had for a while. So it's interesting to see what regions are doing well, because there's some regions that are nearly 5% up, and there's some regions that are nearly 5% down. So I'm going to cover all of that data that we've got in this video today, and lots more besides that. So if you haven't done already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We're on the way to 25,000 subscribers now. And while you're here, smash the like button or tickle the like button. Do something to that like button. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. It gets more views on the channel. It helps us grow. I'd just really appreciate it if you could take a moment to do that over there right now. So, Nationwide data is out. It's a day late because of the Easter holidays, but it's here. And so Nationwide are interesting to see when they talk about their data. And there's a reason for that. And I cover this, but I'll cover it again. I like the lenders' data because they talk about where they see the market going. And effectively, that gives us a crystal ball into what might happen in the future. And here's why. The reason they have data on what might happen going forward is they know the deals that are getting applied for today. So they know the deals that are coming through from agents. They know the people that are asking for how much money, and they know all of the stuff that's been approved in principle and that's going through the process at the moment. So there could be deals that were agreed this week and they will be basically finishing by summer. And so that sort of data we don't get anywhere else. And so it's interesting when they say the market's strong or weak or whatever. I always like to listen to lenders. I feel they do have that crystal ball. So Nationwide's data is out, and they're saying that house prices are down 0.2%, but this is seasonal adjustment in there. So you get what we call a seasonal adjustment when certain months are busier than others. And normally March is quite a busy month. Spring tends to be fairly busy. And the seasonal adjustment this time has had house prices going down. Here's where it gets interesting though. House prices actually went up. Now, what I like to see on this is when we get the data from Nationwide, all the doom and gloom channels, the ones that say the market's going to crash 35%, when they say the market's up, if there's a seasonal adjustment in there, they jump on that and they say, this is seasonally adjusted data. Well, and they say, well, look, it hasn't actually gone up. Well, this time round, it's the opposite. And so house prices are up in cash terms, but on a seasonal adjusted basis, they're down. So what are we saying? We're saying that house prices in February were £260,000, 420. And we're saying in March, they've gone up to 261,140 pounds. So they've gone up a nice little chunk of change there, just under £500-600 in a month. And so that's not a bad little increase. And so that is something that we have seen on both sides. We've seen seasonally adjusted up and down. So what we really need to look at is this number here. And so the house price has gone up a tiny little smidge, not much. So I'd say really this is a flat market still. This is a flat market still. Now, Nationwide are saying that they feel that the market is fairly buoyant at the moment. They're saying that you're seeing people are coming into the market to buy. You're seeing record mortgage approvals at the moment. Tons of people are getting approved for mortgages. And that's because inflation's come down, wages have gone up, mortgage rates have come down, and house prices have been relatively flat now for well over a year, which has improved affordability. Maybe not enough, but it is improving, and that's why you're seeing more people get mortgages approved at the moment. So, on an annual basis, house prices are up. This was the case last month, but they're slightly up a smidge again. So, annually, house prices are up 1.6%, which is pretty good, right? If you own assets and you own houses, then you'd be happy with that kind of result. But 1.6% when inflation is still over, well, it's around 4%, isn't it? Kind of means that in real terms, your house has lost 3% in value. So it's not really moving either way massively. So what is going up on a regional basis, because this data we don't always get every month. We did this month, so that's interesting. Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland is the best performing region at the moment. We're up 4.6%, which is great. Next is the north of England. I've got some properties there, so that's good for me. So the north is up 4%, which is good. Happy with that. So that's decent as well. Next, we have East Anglia. Can't even read my own handwriting here. So East Anglia is down 1.3%, which is not great. Let me just see the data on these ones, because I can't read my own handwriting, which is not ideal. Okay, the nationwide Scotland. Okay, Scotland, this is. Scotland also did great as well. They are 3.7% up. We did some data the other day on good places to buy, and Scotland was featured heavily on that. Southwest is down 1.7%. I've started to see that one's up, that one's down. So the Southwest, I've seen that being talked about now. Holiday homes and second let properties, people are selling just to cash out because of new legislation and stuff like that. So, and also having a second home if you're struggling financially is not smart. So that's why that market is going down. And the Southeast is being hit fairly hard. These are on an annual basis, these guys here, just so you're aware. So the Southeast is down 1.5%. That's where a lot of my portfolio is. More than 50% of it is there, but that's fine. That's what happens, right? Things will change. House prices will go up. House prices will go down. Just don't get over leveraged. That's important. And make sure you fix a mortgage rate that can see you through any turbulent times. So nationwide data is interesting. I think, as I said, you get the crystal ball effect, as in they feel the market is fairly robust. Look, officially the market is a smidge up, but it's also officially down 0.2% on a seasonally adjusted basis. But it is interesting to see the north-south divide now. So the north, and Northern Ireland and Scotland, they've got nearly 4% up. A lot of the stuff down south is down over 1.5% on an annual basis now. Let me know your thoughts on this. Where do you think we're going to end up? A crash is 10% down in a year. The south, 1.5% down on an annual basis. If it keeps going, that could ultimately end up in some sort of crash in the southeast. Let me know your thoughts and comments on that below. Do smash the like button if you didn't earlier. Do subscribe and hit the bell, and check out some other content on the channel, including this video right here.